Minnesota Vikings are the best 3-5 team in the world, and this is exactly what we wanted. This is what we said after the Green Bay Shock in the World game. Hey, don't have an emotional letdown. Don't have a breakdown. Show up and take care of your business for a change. Like, don't have those emotional highs and lows, which have been the hallmark of the Mike Zimmer regime. Come in against a bad team. You're at home. Get your first damn home win of the season and put the bang thing on the Lions and let there be no doubt. There was never any doubt. Great game here by the Vikings. And my goodness, Dalvin friggin' Cook. So Dalvin Cook is just absolutely he's playing above the rim. So the Bears are shutting down Derrick Henry. So Dalvin Cook will be leading the league in rushing yards. And it's just great to see. All the haters, all the doubters, Dalvin Cook can't stay healthy. Is he worth all that money? Blah, blah, blah. Maybe they had a point to a degree. But the Vikings have shown that the way that they want to use can we get garbage time touchdown Justin Jefferson one time? But the way that the Vikings want to use Dalvin Cook is just absolutely stunning, amazing. So he's got 800 and I'm really good at math. He's got 8. I can't do the math. So Dalvin has 858 yards rushing the season, nailed it, leading the NFL in touchdowns as well with 12. And woo, let's go. Let's see, 858 and 12. 858, 12 touchdowns. Let's go. Let's get it on. Just feeling good, man. And this is what has been frustrating about the Vikings early on in the season. First 2 weeks were whatever, because you had no idea what this team was going to be with the COVID offseason, no training camp to speak of, no preseason, blah, blah, blah. And yes, all teams had to deal with it, but the Vikings were really finding their way. And then you had the letdown against Tennessee. You're like, all right. Got by Houston, cool. And then I think the Seattle game was the absolute just like, best team in the league at that time, and you go into their place and you just give it away. And that really flipped once Dalvin Cook was out in that second half. And then the Falcons game was inexcusable, was an embarrassment, but it's something that you're used to occasionally with Zimmer. I mean, just 1 or 2 games a year, team just doesn't show up. And then 1-5, staying alive. Everyone had written off the Vikings. I just had a good feeling about Green Bay. And then they go up there and put the bang thing on the Packers. Then they come back home, best 2-5 team in NFL history, and they take care of their business against the stupid Lions. And here you go. I mean, it is on. And like we pointed out, so the Vikings really do have control over their own destiny because, yeah, they started out the season slow, but the games that they lost were mainly the AFC games. And you look through, so yeah, Colts, Titans, Texans, they go 1-2 in that spot. And every single game in the NFL is important since there's only 16 of them. But if there's anything close to games being irrelevant, it's out of conference games because they count in your overall record. But in terms of tiebreakers, they're on the 4th or 5th tiebreaker. Then it gets in there, right? So the Vikings, once they got their head out of their ass, I mean, looking at the rest of the schedule, you could easily see the Vikings going on a run here. So you got the Packers, Lions, Bears, Cowboys, Panthers, Jaguars. Like, who scares you? Like, who really scares you of these next 4 games coming up? No one. Like, the Bears getting handled by the Titans. They're going to be 5-3 or 5-4. What do we put? Yeah. All right. So they're going to be 5-4. And I mean, you're absolutely not scared of them at all. You just are not. And then you look at the. Sorry, I'm trying to watch both, like, multiple early games as these final seconds tick off. Although I really did want Dalvin Cook to try and go for 297. So like he had a $190 with 10 minutes left. It's just like, I know that you want to save him because he's injury prone, but going 297 with Adrian Peterson in the building across the sidelines, it would have been so damn amazing. And I know. So Kirk Cousins had himself a nice game, 13 of 20 for 220 yards and 3 touchdowns. Serviceable game manager. Why are you paying all that money for a game manager? It is what it is. It's a sunk cost. The hay is in the barn. You can't do anything about it. And this is a winning formula. That defense is really starting to get things together. Dalvin Cook is the best running back in the game. And if Cousins doesn't make any mistakes, if he doesn't serve up meatballs like he did through the first 5 games with his 10 interceptions. Vikings can win this way. They absolutely can. Jefferson, 3 for 64. Nice. Rudolph had himself a couple of really interesting catches over the middle as well. Irv Smith had the 2 touchdowns, but I think Irv Smith got hurt celebrating. He pulled a Martin Gramatica, which is just unfortunate. All right, so let's play. No, they can't cover the spread. Did they hit the over-under? I think they did already. They got words. What are you going to do? We got Chris Boyd and Kerryon Johnson. Get these two. Cut them both. Get out of here. Vikings win 34-20. That was the final gun. Man. You just feel good. At 3-5, and like we said, the stupid crooked Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football. I can't wait to bury a lot of the narratives. Vikings can't win at Soldier Field. Kirk Cousins never wins on Monday night. Let's go. Man, because the Vikings are really dangerous. All right, so looking at the NFC standings. All right, so God, wish it was later in the season because then we'd have like how teams actually do stack up. Actually, no. Let me look at 538. 538. NFL predictions. There we go. All right, so as of right, meow. So the Seahawks. Oh, yeah, because the Seahawks lost. So the Bucs would be the 1 seed. Seahawks 2. Packers 3. Saints 4. Wait, no, that's not how it works. Saints would be a wild card. I believe the Eagles would be 4. Man, you have to go all the way down. That's depressing. Eagles 4. So looking at the wild card, all right, so Saints would be the first wild card in. And again, I wish you could sort by NFC teams, but of course we're complaining about these magical things. So it would be Saints, Cardinals, Rams be the first 3 wild card teams in. It looks like. All right, so the Vikings, they haven't updated this. So after they register the Vikings win, I'm sure that 14% chance of making the playoffs will go up. Might be in the 30% range. It's probably too high. Yeah, maybe like 24%, somewhere in there, because it was 4% when they were 1-5. Then they beat Green Bay. It jumped up to 13, 15%. Actually, it was at 13. Then it went up 1 point after the Niners lost. But come on, let's go, people. And I know, like the whole tank for Trevor contingent. I get it. I understand it. Like this really is a X-Men. Professor X and Magneto. Like we both want the same things for the Vikings to be good long term, but we have different ways of going about it. You know, Professor X wants to fight the good fight. Magneto wants to destroy. But like we said, this team was far too talented to tank naturally. Like obviously teams are going to lose on purpose, but this team was way too talented to just give away games. So at worst they would be 5-11 if they didn't catch a little spark, if they didn't catch a little fire. But now they certainly have done that, and now they're getting after it. And I mean, who wants any piece of the Vikings? Also, looking at the rest of the schedule, actually, let's do wins and losses. How about that? All right, so we could take time off. There we go. Say that's a win, dog. That's a loss. All right, so win, no matter what. Should have been a win there. All right, so. See, I'm really good at like preparing and graphics and stuff. All right, so Vikings 3-5, best 3-5 team in NFL history. Bears Monday night. Yeah, I know we're scared natives about Monday night primetime. Kirk Cousins at Chicago. Blah blah blah. Win 4-5. Cowboys garbage. They're gonna get destroyed at Pittsburgh. Are hosting the Steelers today. Garbage 5-5. Oh, look, the Vikings are 500. Teddy. It's going to be emotional. Teddy come back in as the starting quarterback of the team. Panthers are going to drop to 3-6, I believe, because they're giving the Chiefs all they can handle right now. Actually, let's check on that score. Come on. Hey, Teddy. No, never mind. All right, so Panthers are down 33-24. They're on the Kansas City 1 with a little less than 2 minutes remaining. Hey, Teddy. So that's getting interesting. But say the Chiefs hold on. Panthers are 3-6. That's a win. Jaguars. Nah. So the Vikings are 7-5, staying alive, heading into the Week 14 showdown against the Bucs. They probably will flex that into Sunday Night Football. And as we pointed out, the Vikings, their final 7 games are either indoors or in Tampa, so that will greatly benefit Kirk Cousins and company. So you have the Bucs. We'll even say that the Vikings lose at the Bucs. The Bucs are a very good team, especially on defense. And then you got the Bears back home. That's a win. Saints on Christmas Day. That one gets tough. So you're currently 8-6. Go down. Maybe Michael Thomas will play. Maybe he won't. Don't really care. 9-6, 10-6. Getting it done. The path for the Vikings is extremely clear. And also, you look at how many teams they play are in the NFC, are in their division. They got 3 division games left. They're already 2-1. Packers are already done. And also, games against the Bucs, games against the Saints, 2 teams that are very firmly in the playoff race. Let's go. Can we get an amen? Can we get an amen from the crowd? Woo! Let's go. And now, there were, of course, some concern. So Marlon Maloof and that punt unit, you have to work on some things. So who is the Lions? Who's the Lions defensive coordinator? Because they're ready, man. Like they had. All right, so Brandon Coombs. I do not know this man. Seems like a pretty young guy. Yeah, because they were prepared. I mean, Maloof straight up got out coached on those pump blocks, but what can you do? Also, big ups to the Vikings O-line, man. All right, so Cousins had 1 sack. You can count on one hand how many times he was pressured. He did have good time back there. Also, Kubiak was really good at manufacturing a pocket, manufacturing some time. Plus, you can tell, especially the way that they carry their swagger in that run game. They're getting a lot of confidence up front. Reef, Dozier, Bradbury, Ezra, and O'Neal really starting to gel together. Plus, all 6 of Dalvin's touchdowns, 4 last week, 2 this week, they were running behind Ezra Cleveland. Like, they are not scared to pull Ezra Cleveland, use his athleticism. He is a road grader, man. It's just absolutely beautiful to see. Let's go. And let's see what else here. Irv Smith we talked about. Oh, Eric Wilson. What's up, Eric Wilson? Led the team in tackles with 13, had the pick, had the sack as well. Wilson, he is low-key a team leader, and when Anthony Barr went, Jacksonville's making it interesting. Jake Luton, pride of Oregon State. The Vikings weren't interested in Jake Luton in the 6th round because they were dialed in on Nate Stanley, and also they just had to have themselves some KJ Osborne. Worried about Osborne right now. Wait, some people had Jake Luton jerseys. I'm guessing that's family, right? Had to be. Anyways, what are we talking about? Oh, Eric Wilson. He should be a team captain. He should have been team captain last year where they gave Jaron Kearse a special teams captain. But Jake Luton's so new that his nameplate is coming off his jersey. It's funny to me. What are we talking about? Oh, Eric Wilson. He's a restricted free agent this year. Tender him. Cut Anthony Barr. Eric as the linebacker core going forward. Do that. Man, Kubiak had a great game. Chris Boyd did well, so Chris Boyd had 11 tackles, except a lot of them were Blanton tackles. So, introduction to the nomenclature. Blanton tackles is where you have a lot of tackles in the box score, but the only reason you have tackles is because your man caught the ball in coverage and then you tackled him. And Blanton, when he was here with the Vikings, he got some love from like national box score guys who clearly didn't watch the games. It's hard to when you have to keep tabs on all 32 teams, but I mean, they're like, Robert Blanton's really good because he had 12 tackles a day. It was like, bitch, no, he's not. Get out of here. Something I love about Gladney is he has such a short-term memory, which is phenomenal as a cornerback because he will still get beat. Every cornerback will get beat, especially young corners, but he is so feisty. He is such an alpha. He will get back up. He will say, hey, you will not defeat me. You may have gotten me the last 17 times in a row. I'm going to stop you on this play, and that's exactly what you need in today's NFL. See, Watson Wilson split that sack. That's fine. Stephen and Hercules splitting a sack as well. 3 picks. Harrison Smith, by the way. Man, Harrison has so many good, like, under-the-radar games. It's crazy. So he had the interception as well as had 10 tackles. No big deal. 7 of them solo, by the way. That's pretty great. KJ Osborne is struggling in kick returns as well as punt returns. So the Vikings may need to go in a different direction. I get that they wanted to get Osborne as a return specialist. He was okay as a receiver at Miami and Buffalo, but I mean, there were so many other wide receivers that could have been had in that 6th round. Donovan Peoples-Jones, who's now doing things with the Browns. James Prochet, who's with the Ravens out of SMU, I really liked, but, that's hindsight. It's always 2020, right? But, yeah, relatively quiet day for the receiving core, but, is what it is. Happy for Amir Abdullah, because you know that Abdullah just wanted to get back at the lines one time, so this is a nice way to do it. And also, Matthew Stafford was he could have practiced 75 days in a row last week, and it still wouldn't have worked out. DeAndre Swift is legit. Adrian Peterson, not so much. Yeah, the ageless wonder, Danny Amendola. So with Galladay out, they just dinked and dunked it, everything underneath, which it's okay. It's fine. It's whatever. All right. That's it. Who had the 1 sack? Oh, yeah, Trufant had the sack on the corner blitz, right? Do they have pressures on here? No, they don't have pressures. I'll have to wait for PFF. But Cousins ended up with a 141.7 quarterback rating, which, it's a bit of a slap in the face to quarterback rating. But again, I don't care that the Vikings have paid Kirk Cousins so much money. If this is working, let it work. Also, all of this is giving Kirk a little bit more confidence. It gives more confidence in him, in Kubiak. And then also, when you do need a throw down the stretch or in the playoffs, he'll have it. Justin Jefferson will be there. Adam Thielen will be there. So, tranquilo. Don't worry about it. So that's it for the postgame show. Vikings win 34-20, improved to 3-5, the best 3-5 team in NFL history. Arlene Atkins, $2 super chat. Vikings all get Stafford. They do. They absolutely do. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for coming along. Stay tuned. We'll have our winners and losers video. Plus, just keep it right here. Great Vikings content and whatnot. Skull, production value.